So, the Hardy Boys defeated Edge and Christian in a good cage match to win the tag team titles. Rules in this one are a bit strange because it's pinfall, it's submission, or it's escape, as we all know in the WWF. I don't like that, it should be escape only, but that's just me nitpicking, isn't it? Yeah, once you get out of the cage, apparently you can't get back in it. That's a weird one, isn't it? But anyway, so what should we say about this one? So there's brawling at the start, Marc gets a DDT on Edge. The Hardys try and escape but are stopped. Jeff gets out though, which is an interesting one. So technically Jeff shouldn't be allowed to get back in the ring now. Twist of Fate on Christian gets 2. Matt tries to escape, but he gets superplexed to the mat. Edge and Christian then own Matt, and they stop Jeff from getting back inside, which, is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Until he gets the key off the referee. He opens the door, and, well, can you guess what happens? Yes, because it's a cage match, isn't it? So, yes, he sat there with his head, and bang, he eats door. Wow, I didn't see that coming, even though it happens in every cage match in the WWF ever. A chair is brought in and used on Matt, who's busted open. Then they do a concerto to Matt, but he avoids it. Christian escapes, but gets taken out with a ladder by Jeff, leaving Matt and Edge in the cage. Jeff is on top of the cage and hits a corkscrew moonsault, which looks impressive when you first view it, but when you look at it from the other angle, yeah, it completely misses both men. He's meant to be coming down on Matt and Edge, yeah, and goes straight through. Imagine Matt and Edge are like this, yeah. Jeff goes through the middle of them, and so he takes the bump off the cage on his back. Ow! Whoa. Lisa comes out. She rams Christian off the ladder because he's trying to get back in the cage, as far as I can tell. He does Rana off it, actually. Edge then nails Jeff with a chair and tries to climb out, but the Hardys stop him at the top of the cage with chairs, and Edge takes a monster bump off the top of the cage. The Hardys escape and they get the win. This one is a good match. I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars quite happily. Obviously, it was never going to be as good as the TLC that we just seen a month before. But yeah, that's obvious, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Good. So next we've got Edge. We just had Edge, you prat. Eddie Guerrero defeated Rikishi by disqualification in a terrible match. The build to this one was so bad. You've got Eddie Guerrero being angry all the time at Chyna. Chyna's acting in the segments was so atrocious. So very, 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 very bad. So bad. So, Eddie and Rikishi get no reaction whatsoever when they come out. That's a nice one, isn't it? No pop, no heat, no nothing. Brawling goes nowhere. King is back on commentary, which is nice. And all he does is talk about Chyna's Playboy spread, which is lovely. If anyone's seen Chyna's spread, oh god, it burns the retinas. It really, really does. Eddie bails to avoid the stink face. Rikishi follows, so Eddie hits a nice body press off the top. Frog splash misses. Rikishi botches a cutter and hits a Samoan drop to literally no reaction at all. No pop, no nothing. Banzai drop, but Chyna stops the count by basically begging the referee not to. Please don't. So yeah, you can't. So that doesn't work. Anyway, Rikishi then super kicks Chyna, and get this is brilliant, and the referee disqualifies Rikishi. And you're like, that doesn't work. Does that work? Like, fair enough, if you say so. And then Banzai drops her. So Rikishi turns heel on this one. And you're just like, right, so surely Chyna siding with Rikishi is the right way to book this one. But no, that's logical, isn't it, surely? Now, Rikishi's the one who turns heel in this one. That makes no sense. It's a dud. There was nothing of note in this match at all. Next, Triple H defeated Kurt Angle in an interesting match. So the main event. This is the match that the people paid their money to see. The storyline of the soap opera building up to this match was brilliant. It was absolutely fantastic. And of course, Wrestling 101 knew how, everyone knew how this one would work. Stephanie would turn on Triple H, Angle would win the match, Triple H would become a bona fide babyface out of this, Angle would become the top heel in the company. Everyone knows how that one works. Should we see if that was how it went? So, Angle had hit Triple H with a sledgehammer on the SmackDown previous to this. So, basically, Angle worked the ribs, including whipping into the barricade and a belly-to-belly suplex in the ring. Triple H comes back with a DDT for 2, but Germans get 2 for Angle, as he and Foley, who is the guest referee incidentally in this one, have a shoving contest. Backdrop suplex 2 for Angle, as does a vertical suplex. Triple H botches a neck breaker and comes back and gets 2 off a vertical suplex and a knee drop. The crowd are oddly quiet in this one, like really quiet. Like, wow, they're really quiet, sort of quiet, you know? The pace slows down. On the outside, both tables are prepped, which of course should tell anyone. Wrestling 101 telegraphs, means that telegraphs what's going to happen when wrestler A goes to the spot on one table, because the other table's been prepped, it's going to be reversed. But Triple H goes for a pedigree on the English announce table, and what do you believe it? He gets suplexed onto the Spanish announce table. I didn't see that coming, I promise. It looked good though, to be fair, it looked good. Anyway, but it got no reaction at all, nothing, none, which is really weird, do you not think? Back inside, I love it because Angle works the ribs. Love it. He drives the shoulder into the ribs various times, then hits a super belly-to-belly suplex, then locks up on an abdominal stretch, which of course in the context of the match is fucking brilliant, because it's psychology. I love it, it's great. Moonsault. Oh, sorry, almost said it wrong then. The arm-breaking moonsault of doom misses. Triple H comes back with a half pedigree because his arm's so fucked by this point that he can't use it. He calls Steph over. He says, "You gotta choose. You gotta choose. It's either me or him." Sorry, that's my Vince voice, isn't it? You gotta choose between me or him. So Stephanie sort of looks. She kicks Angle in the bollocks. Pedigree for the win. Now this one's a weird one because A, the crowd was so quiet, and B, Triple H got his ass handed to him. All the thing, it was all there. It was all there for him. It was all right. Stephanie, it's like when Triple H says to Steph, "You gotta choose," and the way she looks at both of them, it was there. If she just fucking booted Triple H in the bollocks, oh, it was perfect. But no. And the other thing about this match is that really blagged me is why was Foley the guest referee? Because Wrestling 101, I know, okay, I should do a vid called Wrestling 101. When I'm a partner, I promise you, I will make a video. It'll be called Wrestling 101, yeah, and it'll just be everything that is just obvious in wrestling. Anyway, Wrestling 101 decrees that if you have a guest referee, he gets involved. Yeah, Foley had a shoving contest with Angle, and that's it. Shane McMahon comes out. Sorry, after all that, Shane McMahon comes out and blames Austin's rundown. Also, remember Austin had got run down at Survivor Series 1999. Yeah, and so because Austin was back, they were doing an investigation to find out who it was. I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, he blames it on Steve Blackman because Steve Blackman had run down Ken Shamrock on Raw in 1999. So out comes. Oh yeah, I can just before I go on, I can just see Austin versus Steve Blackman doing fucking huge numbers on pay-per-view. Why did that feud never happen? Blackman comes out, Austin comes out to not only a massive pop, but that new version of his music, the one by Disturbed. Stunner for Blackman, which is funny because in the real world, Blackman would absolutely batter Austin. That's just one of those things that makes me chuckle. Shane and Austin drink beer before Shane takes a picture fucking perfect stunner. And another. Great segment, but, and here's the rant of rants on this one, because wrestling is one of those ones, it's a quasi-fantasy world, yeah, where you suspend your disbelief. But I have great difficulty in suspending my disbelief when a guy gets taken out by a car and doesn't press charges, because that's attempted murder. Let's be honest here. It's not, oh, I know, I'll have a match with them to settle it. It's like, I'm going to get that guy sent to jail. In the real world, in the quasi-fake world of wrestling, you have a match with them. Then, when you win the match, issue sorted. Just baffles me. It does. And anyway, on to the main event. So, The Rock defeated Chris Benoit, Kane, and The Undertaker in a fatal four-way match to retain the WWF title. So, Rock cuts a great promo before this one, the highlight of which is where he says he's going to shove their, being Kane, Undertaker and Benoit obviously, heads so far up their candy asses they will have to cut holes in their nipples to see. Brilliant. Love it. Big brawl to start. Rock and Benoit head into the crowd. Lariat off the top by Kane gets 2 on Taker. A clothesline and a big boot by Taker both get 2. Samoan drop on Kane gets 2 for the Rock as Benoit and Taker brawl on the outside. Power slam gets 2 for Kane. Taker and Rock beat on Kane, then go at it with Taker getting a sidewalk slam for 2. Rock reverses the rope work. The referee gets bumped. DDT on Kane by Rock, but no referee, so Taker uses a chair, and then Benoit uses it on Taker for the win. But wait, I hear you can say, shrieking at your screens. You just said, Marc P, that the Rock won, so of course there's a screw job here. Foley comes out. He restarts the match because, and this is one of the worst reasons for restarting a match I've ever heard, Taker's foot was on the ropes. And you're like, for God's sake. Really? Damn. Oh, match restarts with all 3 men beating on Benoit. Taker elbow on Kane gets 2 as Rock uses the steps on Taker, then hits a great belly-to-belly suplex on Benoit. Germans by Benoit get 2, as does a diving headbutt. Crossface is reversed into one of his own by the Rock, which was a nice little sequence. I like that a lot. Chokeslam on Taker gets 1 for Kane as Benoit breaks up. Spinebuster by Rock, but Benoit blocks the people's elbow with a great clothesline. Last Ride gets 2 for Undertaker as Kane breaks it. He and Taker go at it with chairs. Crossface the Rock. Taker blocks it with a chokeslam on Benoit. Kane stops the cover and a rock bottom for Benoit for the win at 16:07. Good match. In fact, I tell you something. This was the match of the night, in my opinion, which is saying a lot, really, because it wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't great. It was good, but it was nothing special. Let me tell you about this show. It was very, very, very odd because there was some shit on it. There was nothing that stood out. Remember I said at the start of the review, yeah? It's not a memorable show for anything. It's not one of those shows that leaps out at you and makes you, oh yeah, Unforgiven 2000, that was a fucking great show. The only thing that really stands out, to be honest, is the cage match. That one is a standout match in my opinion. Other than that, it's nothing special. So it's hard, it's a tough one to give a rating to. The booking was weird, especially in the Rikishi Eddie Guerrero match and the Triple H vs Angle match. Those two, the booking was so very, very odd. Very, very strange. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 because, like I say, it's just so unforgettable. It really, really is. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, for you, I'm going to be doing ECW Anarchy Rules in October. I have been Marc P. This has been 10 years ago, and I will see you very, very soon. Take it easy.